Hello, thank you guys so much for joining me on whichever platform that may be. Welcome to Chef Dan's Cutting Truth, the show that brings you the recipe for New York Giants success. I am your host, Chef Dan, and coming off of a Week 2 loss against the Dallas Cowboys, there's some good, but there's plenty of bad to discuss. First things first, penalties. Penalties were a killer. Penalties are a sign of an undisciplined team. So coming off of offensive ineptitude in Week 1, and then you get penalties in Week 2, I can see that the shift in the focus for the team was to be way more physical, but certain types of physicality just warranted for penalties that just were boneheaded plays. And then on offense, you start off the series with 4 penalties in a row for James Hudson. It's bad. Very, very bad. It's a drive staller, a drive killer, and it kind of led to where we have the result we have, where the Giants were definitely able to put up points. Thankfully, the offense finally found some rhythm. Salute to Cam Scatterboo for finding, salute to the coaching staff, first of all, for getting Cam Scatterboo way more playing time, and he was able to be way more effective. Tyrone Tracy also had some good moments there that I absolutely loved, and I believe they showed him on the punt return as well, so he's doing some versatility. We finally were able to get the ball to Darius Slayton after re-signing him and him being one of our most consistent players throughout all this misery of the Giants. Wan'Dale Robinson, salute to him, and of course Malik Neighbors with 2 touchdowns. All in all, it leads to the Giants scoring 37 points finally in a regulation game. But it didn't mean anything because the defense gave up 40 points to the Dallas Cowboys. And that 40 points was, gosh. Talk about the way they got us. I know, once again, CeeDee Lamb, he's a special...
Dude wipes. The leaves may be falling, and the dumps are calling. Dumpkin spice season is here.
Player, he's going to get his from time to time, but once again, it's been a diagnosis from the preseason leaking on to the regular season. For some odd reason, the Giants cannot cover the middle of the field. So we had a lot of difficulties right there, and then you end things off Russ having an amazing day, and then he kind of gives it all away with a terrible interception that doesn't really, it wasn't the killer because the defense still had a chance to put us in better position, but the defense couldn't stop the Cowboys, and all they needed was just a couple of yards here and there, and they got Brandon Aubrey, who we know is a special weapon on special teams, to get them to 40 points. So terrible, tough loss. You gotta have to put that behind you and move on to Week 3, where we have Sunday night football against the Kansas City Chiefs. You just the Giants right now. I can clearly see, regardless of the result, even though this is a results-based business, from Game 1 to Game 2, they got better. Can you now string it along to get better in Game 3 and hopefully get a win against the Kansas City Chiefs? Their offense is not particularly explosive, but they are going to exploit the Giants in knowing that we cannot cover the middle of the field and our cornerbacks are an issue. Not only that, but they are targeting our linebackers like crazy, hence why we cannot cover the middle of the field. Can the Giants clean that up on defense and offense? Can you give us something consistent yet again? I know this defense is not to be toyed with. I'm not looking for 37 points. That was the Cowboys. If you can get us something to 25 points, get us somewhere to that and be more consistent. Can the offensive line not have as much penalties? That would be the recipe against the Kansas City Chiefs. But this was a tough loss against the Cowboys once again, but you move on, and we're focused now on Sunday night football against the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully we can get a win to stave off all the reporters and the media trying to rush Jackson Dart onto a team that's, once again, not yet ready. I will not feel he's ready to join this team until at least Andrew Thomas is on that line. And it's looking, per the injury report, that Andrew Thomas is going to be doubtful for this game yet again. So I do not want to see Jackson Dart start a game.
That chili cheeseburger has your guts bubbling and a stanktastic dookie is about to destroy any nostril in a 1,000-foot radius. But the worst part is the embarrassment of innocent bystanders smelling your bathroom atrocity. If only there was another way. Dude bombs to the rescue. Drop your deuce. Stroll out of the bathroom with confidence. Walk around like your shish, tea don't stank, literally.
Dude wipes are available at thousands of retail stores across the country. Next time you make a grocery run, make a detour to the TP aisle and stock up on Dude wipes. It's your last chance to take 10% off the entire Dude wipes lineup. Use code FRESH10 on your next order. Dude wipes and the Sports Jedi Network channel, wiping the competition clean.
I believe in Russ. Russ had a lot of good moments. Granted, that was a terrible interception. He was targeting Malik and was somewhere down there. Miscommunication between him and Malik Neighbors. But you definitely have the chance to get a victory here against an 0-2 Kansas City Chiefs team that is reeling, but they know the importance of getting a victory even more so than we do. And that's a team that's been way more consistent than the Giants have been. So this is going to be a rough one. I'm excited for it, though. I'm tuning in. Can't wait. Tune in Sunday night, 8:20, Kansas City Chiefs versus our New York Giants. Let's go, Big Blue.